Saturday Night Live. Yeah. It is what it is. We here. And
Yeah.
all those other euphemisms.
Mm-hmm. Well, good evening, America. We're happy to be here.
All right.
Yeah. Well, it's another week. Let's get this started. Um, never got a chance to shorten these mantras because they they just work, man. I go to war with these suckers. But here we go. Through the power, force, might, and will of the great no thingness, of infinite beingness, of infinite, endless, limitless, invisible life, from which comes the absolute all. All that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming realized into physical realization, actualization, and form as we are now willing commanded to be, is now being and becoming an active force of higher consciousness, and an active force of infinite intelligence within us all now, being and becoming the great primordial dragon god son Kundalini flame. Now, whirling and ascending up our spine from our root chakra to our central heart chakra on up to our royal crown chakra, igniting our royal crown chakra, illuminating our first eye, our Lord Amunel Drakra, our hidden priestly grandmaster Magi, the dragon god son, king and queen, igniting all of the 72 chakras in my first eye, my 72 primordial dragon god son, kings and queens, and all of our legions of 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 armies 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 armies of 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 armies. Now, being becoming our own Grandmaster Mother Dragon God Son Light Beam Mind Ship Merkaba, now opening up a supermassive black hole, folding out of this time space continuum, returning back to our original primordial beginning, returning back to our original primordial station and original primordial DNA blueprint before creation and humanity and before the fall of our primordial soul, renewing our dark matter and dark energy souls, reabsorbing our original primordial essences, reigniting the divine spark back to its original primordial charge, recharging our infinite soul back with the great mother dragon goddess queen, being becoming something brand new that's never been, being becoming one that's with the absolute all that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming realized into physical realization, actualization of form as we are now willing commanded to be. Now, bringing all out war, judgment, death, and destruction to the multi universe created by the lower multi-dimensional archonic demiurge, angelic, and demonic energies that slayed our primordial souls before creation, using our primordial energy to create this light and energy extraction creation matrix, imprisoning our souls, keeping us ignorant to our true higher self so it can feed off of our light through this wicked worldly system until now, because now's the time of their fall. As our higher primordial dark matter, dark energy soul return back to creation from our primordial beginning, traveling through a supermassive black hole in our grandmaster mother dragon godson lightning mindship Merkaba. Now, ripping through and tearing a hole into this space time continuum, circling all of the corners of the earth, awakening all of the holy divine sparks at the same time. Now, all shedding their physical cocoons, being and becoming beings of dark matter and dark energy, emitting a new primordial light, ascending up into the Grand Master Mother Dragon God Sunlight Beam Mindship Merkaba, along with the infinite soul of Mother Earth, leaving an empty shell behind as we open up a supermassive black hole, falling out of this creation matrix as it is completely destroyed, as we're all now reunited back with the infinite all as one, now free to begin experiencing true divine love, being and becoming a new primordial universe, where the earth is renewed into something beyond description, any description, as our souls are now free to become our own worlds and kings and queens, exploring a new, never explored universe and multiverse in pure love and harmony until this day of Brahma becomes the next night of Brahma. Through the power, force, might, will of the great nothingness of infinite beingness, of infinite, endless, limitless, invisible life, from which comes the absolute all that was, all that is, and all that is being to become realized into physical realization, actualization, and form as we are now willing commanded to be. Abracadabra, Ashe.
Okay.
Ashe. Okay. Crown chakra day libations. Ain, the nothingness. Ashe. Ain soft, the infinite. Ashe. Ain soft or the infinite light. Ashe. Adam Catman, better known as Atik Yaman, the ancient of ancient, the most ancient of days, the primordial Christ. Ashe. Arik Ampin, the big face. Ashe. Atsilith, the supernal universe manifesting in me as my holy divine infinite magical divine names, the cosmic Christ, Ashe, the great abyss of gnosis, the crown of Zerampin, the small face, the indwelling Christ, Ashe. Berea, form, creation, and paradise manifesting in us as our holy divine, infinite, magical, dark angels and demons, Ashe. Yetzirah, formation manifesting in us as our holy divine, infinite, magical orders of dark demons and angels, Ashe. Ashia, the actual physical world in the making, manifesting in us as a holy divine, infinite, magical, earthly kingdom, Ashe. Yeshida, the holy divine infinite spark, manifesting in us as our holy divine infinite magical will, Ashe. Heya, our holy divine infinite magical life force, manifesting in us as our holy divine infinite magical desire, Ashe. Neshama, our holy divine infinite heavenly soul, manifesting in us as our holy divine infinite magical heavenly thoughts, Ashe. Ruach, our holy divine soul, manifesting in us as our holy divine infinite magical word, spoken through us as I, Ashe. Nephish, our holy divine earthly soul and spirit, manifesting into physical realization, actualization, and form, as we are now willing commanded to be, Ashe. Kepher, the crown, Ashe. Hakma, wisdom, the supernal father, Ashe. Bana, understanding and intelligence, the supernal mother, Ashe. Da, the great abyss of gnosis, Ashe. Hased, mercy, Ashe. Gavora, judgment, Ashe. Tifrit, beauty, Ashe. Netzik, victory, Ashe. Had, glory, Ashe. Yasad, foundation, Ashe. Malkut, the kingdom, Ashe. Power, force, might, will of the great nothingness of the almighty powers of the great nothingness of almighty flow. The cosmic flower constantly blooming the absolute all into being, Ashe. Lord Armanel Drakra, the hidden priestly Grandmaster Magi, Dragon, God, Son, King, and Queen, Ashe. And to all of the chaos, cosmic, and earthly ancestors, gods, and goddesses that was, that is, and that is becoming again greater and greater now, Ashe.
Ashe.
Yeah.
Empress, Ashe. Isis, Ashe. Cyrus, Ashe. Destiny, Ashe. And on and on. All the gods, gods and goddesses, unknown and unknown. Ashe.
Ashe.
Okay, yeah. Let's go right in because I've been reading from this Hammond scriptures, right? The Hammond.
Yeah.
The Hammond. And this was interesting. I found this little part where it says the blind demiurge.
Oh,
The leader of the authorities is blind because of his power, ignorance, and arrogance. He said with power, I am God. There is no other God but me. When he said this, he sinned against the realm of all. This boast rose up to incorruptible, and a voice answered from uncorruptible and said, You are wrong, Samuel, which means blind God. His thoughts were blind. His expression, he expressed his power. This is the blasphemy he has uttered. and pursued it up to chaos. His mother, the abyss, at the instigation of Pista Sophia, she established each of his she established each of his offsprings according to his power after the pattern of the eternal realm. Above, for the visible or originated from the invisible. For the visible originated from the invisible. An incorruptible looked down into the regions of the water. Her her image appeared as a reflection in the water, and the authority of darkness falls in love with her. But they could not grasp the image that appeared to him in the water, for they were weak, and what is only of soul. Look, listen carefully. For they were weak, and what is only of soul cannot grasp what is of spirit. For the authority were from below, but the image of incorruptibility was from above. This is why incorruptibility looks down into the region, so that by the Father will she might by the Father will she might bring all into unity with the light. So now this, like, people have to consider that the Mahamedi scriptures, Mahamedi scriptures were the scrolls that were found, right? And when you go into the story, right, they were trying to preserve these scrolls so that someone's trying to suppress these scrolls. And they were trying to suppress these scrolls, and for some reason, it seemed coincident, but it's really divine in nature how these scriptures got found.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this wasn't never meant to know. So in this really passage is basically talking about how the demiurge, which is basically an aspect of humanity. The demiurge is an aspect of humanity, and what happens is it's the arrogant power structure with the going on in humanity. It's the ignorance of humanity. It's the arrogance of humanity, right?
Yeah.
And this is where the God of the Bible, the Dalabroth of the Bible, got the audacity to say, "There's only one God, and it's me." Right? That's the result of the demiurge. That's the demiurge right there. When he said, "I'm a God, I'm the only God," that's the demiurge.
Yeah, and there's no other God above me.
Yeah, that's the demiurge. Yes,
yeah.
And also the fact that he said, "I'm a jealous God."
I'm a jealous God. So
yeah, that's the demiurge.
Yeah. So if he's jealous, he got a flaw. He's flawed.
Right. So you can see the flaw, right? The imperfection. So yeah, that's interesting. And man, I'll be going into this, man. It's like, man, it goes in, bro. This stuff goes in, bro. All right. All right. Yeah, but so what you think about that?
Oh, yeah, I do the Nag Hammadi, man. I want to get into that more. I want to pick up some of those books. I mean, that explains a lot. I try to explain that to a lot of fundamental Christians, but they just don't really want to get that.
It looked to me that Christianity, because Christianity is a military, is military in nature. It was originally the missionary. See, you got to understand what a missionary is like, and the Inquisitions. This was a military order. This was a military order to reverse the nature of the indigenous people, take them away from their essential spiritual rituals, and make them adapt these colonizers' rituals and stuff. So this is all military in nature, though. This is what people don't realize. We think it's just a difference of religious beliefs and shit. No, this is a war that they're conducting on the indigenous people.
Yeah, it is. This is warfare. I definitely feel the warfare.
Oh, it's spiritual war all day.
Yeah, and that's my mantra. Is it's aimed at that. That's my target, is to be an effective fighting force in this spiritual war. I don't want to be on the defense. I want to be on the offensive side. I want to be bringing the war to them, sending shit to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We got to be doing the rituals to counter their ritual they're doing on us. They're constantly conducting rituals. But we got to do counter rituals.
Yeah. See, the Christians, their thing is to be victims. They want to be victims of their rituals so they can pray to God and God come down and help them.
Right. It's an ill psychology.
Yeah, it is.
Because these people don't want to take no accountability and responsibility for their own soul salvation.
No, they don't. No, one Christian told me they just want to believe in God and have a good life.
Right.
It don't work that way. That's delusional.
Very delusional.
Yeah, that's delusional.
And the crazy thing about it is these preachers twist the scriptures in favor of trying to keep their congregation spiritually blind, spiritually not being able to figure out stuff. They keep them in that state of mind. You know what I'm saying? For purposely, because you got to realize that a big portion of these preachers are Masons. So they're doing their part. They're doing their part in this what they call the great work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this one Christian girl sent me this video of this black preacher. He's preaching about the Illuminati and all, he's going into all this stuff, but he's basing it all on the Bible, and he's telling people that the Bible is a history book. This is factual. All this really happened. These people really existed, and that this is a history book, and you can go buy this book. You can all these prophecies and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, he's telling people this shit. I mean, everyone that goes by that book, use this book as a guide for history and prophecy, they always come up wrong. I mean, that was the greatest downfall for the Jehovah's Witnesses. They used that book.
Yeah, because they really. I grew up a Jehovah's Witness, so the thing that I really appreciate about coming up as a Jehovah's Witness is we actually studied that Bible.
Yeah,
we had no other choice. We were forced to study the Bible, bro. So that's why I know so much about the book and stuff. The thing about it is that's why it was so easy for me to change my ideas about how to approach it and how to interpret what's in the Bible, because I was already seeing these occult science when I was reading the Bible. I'm like, this is occult science. This is next level shit. The thing about it is more about interpretations, man. People are taking it and they're misinterpreting it. Like you said, they're looking at it as a historic book. They're taking it literally, and they don't understand understand how to interpret these concepts from a spiritual depth level. You know what I'm saying?
And then they're telling people don't look at it the metaphysics. They're telling people that the metaphysics and all that stuff is wrong.
That's devil worship.
Yeah.
When you look at it like that, when you look at it how it's supposed to be looked at and interpreted how it's supposed to be interpreted, they're saying that's devil worship.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
Because even the scripture says, "Don't go upon the interpretations of man. Your own spirit will guide you." So, the script. See, that's why they cherry pick the scripture, man, real bad. They cherry pick that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they cherry pick it because there's some heavy science in that mug that they don't never read in the church.
No, they'll never break that shit. They'll never try to break that shit down. They stick to just certain basics. They don't go outside of this a certain format. They don't go outside of it. They stick within a certain format. And as long as they stick in within a certain format, they're able to get people.
Well, the ages of the archon, we got to see the bigger picture and realize that these preachers, 9 times out of 10, you got to. Then when you go deeper into what a 501c3 is, right? 501c3.
Yeah, that makes them a government agency.
They are government agents. They're funded. They're sanctioned by the government, so that you work for the government.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And there are certain compliances they have to be compliant to. They have to be compliant to certain things, and they can't do nothing outside of that compliance, man. So this is why they're basically sanctioned by the government to suppress real higher spiritual science.
Yeah.
They're sanctioned because imagine the general public was introduced. That's what they were doing in Kemet and in Atlantis. They were introducing the general public to stuff they were introduced to an initiate.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, imagine they do that to the general public now. Right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They don't want to deal with the implications of that. They don't want to have to. They rather deal with a dumbed down society. That's how they can manage them better. They can manage they can manage them better if they're just a dumbed down society.
Yeah. Yeah, but now it's like, where are we going as a dumbed down society? Where are we headed? Well,
if we don't evolve, it's just more perpetual slavery over and over again.
Then we must evolve. We must answer the call to evolve. Because this perpetual slavery, this shit is like, it's old. It's not cute no more. Not that it ever was cute, but
the thing about it is people are comfortable there, complacent there. They're used to it. They don't want to know. This is where that sentiment comes, where people just want to go back to regularly scheduled programming. And it's never going back to regularly scheduled program, so you might as well adjust to this new higher vibration we coming into.
Oh yeah. Forget about regular scheduled program. That station is off the air. They got shut down. The FCC closed them down. We're in a whole new season.
The FCC can't shut them down because they been about to be shut the fuck down.
Yeah,
the government itself is about to be shut down. You remember how they closed the government for a couple of days? Remember?
Yeah.
It was like they shut the government down and everything was on a shutdown. That shit is coming soon, homie. Y'all better recognize.
Well, that's when they weren't able to reach a debt ceiling. But And as they keep hiking interest rates, that debt's going to really blow up in their face. We're going to have a credit crisis from that you never seen before. Make 2008 look like someone just wrote a bad check.
And the thing about it is, that's called the general public are co-suretized to that what's called co-surety, right? Co-surety to the obligation to pay off the national debt. This is what you 14th Amendment citizens who are so proud of being an American United States citizen, y'all got to pay off that debt. Who's going? And guess what? Really? They're trying to initiate a legislation to say that debt slavery can come in because they're trying to basically make it where you can go to jail for debt now.
Well, in that case, the whole fucking government should have to go to jail.
I mean, they're going to let themselves off the hook every time. Look at what they've done. They've done it. This is what they do all the time, bro. We see the thing about it. The general public even know this. Like, the government doesn't work for the people anymore. That's long ago. That ship has been sailed. The government does not. They work for corporations. They work for their lobbying with their special interests. That's who the hell they work for. Y'all don't get this by now.
That has nothing to do with their constitution either.
Well, the Constitution is not going to be activated until the general public put them back in their position and act for their delegation of authority to the Constitution. The general public are not even aware of how the Constitution works, how this government works. So they have purposely dumbed down the people and it makes them give them every opportunity to take advantage because the people are just not aware. So this is why that class on Wednesday, that's why I'm saying this class on Wednesday has taught me a fucking lot, bro. Even though I was always sophisticated in government, I was paying attention in class when they talked about the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch, and how these balance the powers and shit and all that. I was already familiar with the stuff, but then when they start talking about international law and how it applies on that level of international, in nation-to-nation relationships and diplomatic channels and being able to be returned back to our original state based on international law. See, international law supports everything we're doing as it pertains to reestablishing ourselves back to the state we was in prior to colonization.
Yeah. Okay.
We have every right to do this, man, and no one can say nothing about that. See, and the only thing that's holding us back is us right now.
Us. Yeah, it's us. Yeah. And when it comes to this, it doesn't matter what, if the other person believes in Jesus, Allah, whatever, none of that shit matter. What matters now is us coming together and going back to our original status.
Right. Because what the thing about why this planet is in the position it is because we are neglecting our responsibility. We have become neglecting our responsibility. Us being the mothers and fathers of humanity, literally, genetically, we are the mothers and fathers of humanity. Bringing civilization to the rest of the humanity. Yes, we are the mothers and fathers. So we neglecting our responsibilities right now because we don't even want to take charge. I mean, it's in our DNA to take charge. I mean, at the end of the day, why you think we create something? You don't see, like, when we create something, right? Everybody in the world want to do it. Do you see everybody in the world doing salsa? No, that's not no big phenomenon. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop, like jazz, like you know what I'm saying? It's like we create worldwide phenomenons.
Salsa came from Africa.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is it's associated with a certain culture that seemed like distinct from us. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's ours. It's African. Salsa is African.
Listen, So look, when you get down really down to it, there's only one culture on the planet, right? And everybody is just practicing that one culture, and we provided it to everybody. That's what I mean by we the mothers and fathers of civilization. So being the fact, we supposed to be in charge of this shit.
Yeah, we have to take back charge. And we have to do it as a body.
Look, check it out. Let me go further in my my theory, in my idea of what I'm speaking about. We're actually allowing the children, the last I wouldn't call it a mutation, the last mutation or evolution or mutation of humanity is running the planet, is what I'm saying. Like the basically a mutation of the original genetics is running the planet now. That's crazy.
Well,
that's crazy when you think of it genetically. Like the planet of the apes, the whole planet of the apes. It makes sense now. Remember on the planet of the apes, right? The ape was subjected to human domestic, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually they were running the damn planet. The apes were running the planet. That's a metaphor, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's happening. The apes are running the goddamn planet right now. The apes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, from what I understand, I remember I was listening to Bobby teach on this a long time ago, where he said that we gave them the planet. We did it on purpose. We gave them the planet at the end of everything. So in other words, they're getting the short end of the stick. They're not going to rule on this planet for thousands and thousands of years. They're only going to get a chance. Their rule is going to be very short and brief.
Yeah, they only got a couple of hundred. Like, what? How many? 200 at the most?
Yeah, their shit is going to be short and brief. Yeah. But check it out though. The queen is dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Her death symbolizes the death of white supremacy.
Yes.
The death of colonialism.
Yep. It is. Yep. Okay. Because their matriarch has fallen.
Yeah. Assuming she's really dead, someone said that she can't shape shift anymore, so they had to decommission her. It's like you can be human and then she'll lose control and start shifting into something else.
Well, the whole shape-shifting thing is a metaphor for they're operating from the serpent brain. That's what and serpent energy that all of us. So like
there they go.
I understand because I know that this is what is real. Like I have to always ask myself, what's reality? What's real? Because I don't think humanity has a grip on that. And that has to be brought into another perspective now. What is reality? What is real? What is real?
Almost pretty much nothing.
It's all just a fabrication and some type of fictitious construct.
No, everything is an emanation of an emanation of an emanation of an emanation of an emanation, till eventually you get to the real primordial world. But everything is pretty much an emanation of an emanation of an emanation of an emanation of another emanation.
Right.
Yeah.
So one of the aspects of our evolution is breaking down in ourselves, not because we can't. Like we already created that for other people. It takes everybody to go through this, right? But your evolution is breaking down all of these different emanations, like seeing through them, being able to see through all the emanations and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then when you do that, you can just be in the you can be in this matrix, but you can also be outside of the matrix with your thinking. You can you'd be like Neo. Yeah, he was faster than the agents. He could stop bullets. He could fly. So he broke all the laws.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I advise if anybody wants to get into what our superpowers are, right?
Yeah.
You must destroy all of the ideas that's been given to you by the society, which you've been indoctrinated by, because that's an inhibitor to your superpowers. They
Oh
had
yeah.
to find a way to inhibit your superpowers, so they did it through the indoctrination system.
Mm-hmm.
They indoctrinated you to think, because my thing is, people don't realize the power they have. What you just said alone, our thoughts, right, is a very powerful superpower,
Yeah.
because you can place yourself in certain different scenarios just through thinking, and you don't even have to move from where you're going. That's a powerful ability. That's a powerful application
Well,
that we just take for granted.
that goes all back to the first law of Tahuti. All is mine.
Exactly, but that's just bringing more significance to that superpower. Because
Yeah.
if all is mine, and we can get to the level of being a mastermind. What is that saying? That we can control reality with our damn minds.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. This is the I mean that would be the breakthrough of all time. We
Right, but
take
the thing about it is, the demiurge leads us astray on what that actually means. What am I saying? We're going to interpret it through our ego instead of
yeah.
interpreting through our hearts, and through interpreting through the marriage of the logic and the heart chakra. It's a
Well,
marriage. Once you
well,
once you marry those two energies together, just like the God and
actually
the
it's
devil,
pretty.
they're complementary. These are complementary forces.
Well, what's his name? C. Freeman L. had it down. God, God, generator, operator, destroyer. Generator is the crown chakra. Operator, heart chakra. Destroyer, the root chakra.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So
And the thing about it is, they're not opposed to each other, are in conflict with each other. That's the key. You got to realize that we've been led to believe that there's a conflict between heaven and hell. There's
yeah,
no conflict.
it's about balancing them, bringing them both together.
They are
It's
both
like
complementary realms of existence. They are complementary realms that uh, hold the balance of yourself. This is how you balance yourself in your spiritual endeavor.
yin and
This is
yang,
how you right.
yin and yang.
So, and also it's you mastering your energy.
Well, it's just us alone again, America. I don't know what happened. Was it something he said? Shit. I better keep my mouth closed before I get taken off. No, that'll be the day. Well, I guess I'm here by myself. So, well, actually, I believe what he was trying to say is that you want to function from higher manas, the causal body, the soul, and pull from the upper two higher bodies and trickle that shit down to here. Yeah, that's how you manifest. Yep, manifestation. See what happened here. Oh man, my neighbor really got that fucking African Christian station going.
Hello?
Yeah, what happened to you?
I don't know. My internet tripping. I'm trying to get back in right now. It's not allowing me, saying my internet went out.
Oh, I guess you better use your phone then, huh?
I was on my phone.
You really?
Yeah.
Damn. So what that means? Show's over for now?
I'm gonna try to get back in right now.
Okay. All right. Okay. See you.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties, folks. Shit just ain't working right. Seem like that spirit's been going around. If shit can go wrong, it will go wrong. So that's why we gotta pay very close attention to what we're doing, making sure that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Mm. Well, guess we lost Stern here. Internet's out. Damn, that sucks. Let me put on some music. Damn, I'm here by myself. Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What a
The
trip.
internet tripping, man. The internet tripping.
The internet's
I had to
tripping.
restart my phone and everything.
Damn.
No, because I'm on my phone. I ain't on my computer. I was on my phone recently. I've been doing this on the show on the phone because the internet on my phone, on my computer is tripping too. So my I don't know. I got to up my computer. So I've been doing it on my phone and the phone tripping.
You got some issues, man.
Huh?
Yeah. You got some network issues over there. Yeah.
Nah,
that's it.
I didn't reset it. That's what happened.
Oh, you didn't reset. Yeah, but
I gotta reset it before I do the show.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't remember to reset it. But this is the show anyway because I got to get ready for my other show. So we can get in the last words.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? That's why we got on the right at 8:00 so we can have that time.
Yeah.
It's some other too, but
okay, well, you're going in and out anyway, so well, we apologize for this interruption. I guess that's how the energy's flowing today. A lot of crazy shit just happening, but that's why I do my mantras. That energy works. So stay in your power. You know, do your power rituals and meditation, and you'll change. You'll dictate reality. You'll be able to dictate this reality and bring change. We're we can all do it together. Yeah.
I mean, you do it to you if you do it in your direct life, and it's going to indirectly affect the rest of reality. If we already doing it directly to ourselves and doing the work necessary to refine ourselves and evolve, then it's going to reflect. It's going to manifest from the inside because you got to remember everything is coming from the unseen world to the seen world, to the world of manifest. Everything comes from the unseen world. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta just remember these principles. If you remember these principles, you're guided already. You already got the right answers within you. There is no guru. There are no gurus. You know what I'm saying? You are your guru. There is no high priest. You are the high priest of
Yeah,
your
no
life.
man.
There is no God you should be worshiping. You are God of your life.
Yeah,
And
of
that's the
my
distinction I want to make is when I refer to myself as a God, I'm God of
mm-hmm.
myself. I'm not God of
Yeah.
everybody else. I don't want that responsibility. I'm just God of myself.
Mm-hmm. Same here. Yeah, that's what I told someone, this gentleman that he wanted to debate me on some Christianity stuff, and I told him, yeah, I'm a God. I'm a God. When I say I'm God, that means I'm mastering my life. Man, know thyself.
Right.
I'm taking control of the things that happens in my life. I'm not I'm not the God over the world or anybody else or anything like that, but over my world.
Right.
And
And you
yeah,
gotta
and for
go
that,
ahead.
I would answer. I told you, you said, would you would answer to all of that what you just said? I said, heck yeah, hell yeah, I'll answer to that.
I mean, I'm answering to myself. Why wouldn't I
Yeah,
answer to myself? My higher
yeah,
self, my higher
yeah,
faculty. Like
yeah. Mm-hmm.
that's my leader. My higher
Yeah,
self is my leader. Is one of my
yeah,
leaders. I listen to the demiurge too. I listen to. I follow. Like this is what y'all got to realize. You can learn from every aspect of the energy. Every
mm-hmm.
aspect of the energy is part of you.
Yeah,
You can't get away from it, so you might as well utilize it.
yeah,
You can't
yeah.
run from yourself.
No, you can't. No, there's nothing going on outside of you.
No.
No,
So you
yeah,
might as well get your universe together. Once you get that will see once that's why the last show I was talking about the inner work. Inner work. You got to do the
yeah.
inner work. If everybody start doing the inner work, the outside
Hmm.
world will look beautiful.
Yes, yeah, we'll be able to change all this shit. Yeah, either the powers that be, they'll get sick and all die away.
For real.
Yeah, we can make them get real sick and they just be gone.
Right. They're just a small figment of the energy, bro. A figment of our imagination. That's it. That's
Hmm.
it. A small figment too. Like when we allowed it to become overwhelming to us and shit because we've taken a weaker position, or it's a part of the cycle. It's a part of we are in a higher state, and then we uh, devolve to our lower state, higher state, lower state, higher state, lower state. This is a
Well,
perpetual cycle.
yeah, well, as we go through the processions of the different yugas and stuff, um, consciousness expands and then it contracts, and we're coming out of the contraction and we're beginning the next expansion. But we have to shake off all of the things that the energies that we've been subjected to while we've been in the contracting part, because as consciousness contracts, then it becomes easy to enslave. That's it's easy for our enemy to do what it want to do with us. But now the tables are turning and consciousness is going the other way, and so they're going to lose their grip and they're going to become obsolete. But on this time around, we can do something different to where we don't have to. We never when we're on the other side of the procession where consciousness is on the contraction. If we do everything that we're supposed to do when consciousness is expanding, then we won't fall on the other side, on the night side, because there's a day side and a night side. And
Right.
yeah, and we're almost coming out of the night side going, well, it's morning, it's early morning. Yeah, it's early morning. Leaving one age and going into the next age.
Right.
Yeah, and
A new
I
dawn is aging. That's what they
yeah,
mean by new dawn is aging.
yeah, and so this is like the story in the Exodus where people that was worshiping the golden calf, they got left behind because they were stuck in Taurus and they were going into Aries.
That's a
So
perfect analogy. I love that analogy right there. Very much.
yeah,
That's a
uh,
perfect analogy.
yeah. Only this time they're stuck with the fish, or no, they're they want to stay with the fish in Pisces, but it's time to take off and go into the air with Aquarius and
Right.
fly. Yeah,
Right.
but for some reason they want to stay in Pisces. They don't know
Well,
that they're worshiping they're just like how the same people what the people did in the Bible when they were worshiping the golden calf. they, they don't know that
right.
they're the same people that was worshiping the golden calf. They're doing the same thing.
Mm, right.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
get your last words in, bro, so I can move on to the next show.
I'm pretty much cool, man. I say what I have to say. I mean, um, right now, I'm feeling really good after a major victory in my life over the trade bots. I figured out a way to get in at the right time and get out at the right time, and that shit works. And no anxiety. But next week, oh, it's going to be very challenging. We're going to get this rate hike next week, and I don't know. This might be the one that tip us over, but one of these rate hikes is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Mm,
Yeah,
good.
yeah, we're right there.
Good. Because I say good. I say good. I say good because I want to see people under a system that's collapsed because they're so confident in that they speak so confidently because they have the system to back them and shit. You know what I'm saying? They speak so
Well, I don't know.
confidently.
I don't know if anyone's really feeling confident about this system right now. I think
Oh
everybody's
no,
very
they're actually there's a lot of come on now, brother.
really.
There's a lot of people still comfortable and they're oblivious. They don't have a clue of what's going on because they done made them complacent as hell, bro. Stop it.
Oh, well,
These people are
well,
very comfortable.
well, then they must be getting fed by the system. They must be getting taken care of by the system. And if they're being taken care of by the system, they don't have to worry about nothing. They
What
just
what what percentage of people do you think are being taken care of by the system?
what percentage? More than 50% now.
Exactly. So you get what I'm saying now. Then
Yeah, I get
only
what you're
by
saying.
pure statistics.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
So they wishing
Well,
they wishing this shit persist, and it's over with, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it's a slow train wreck. And it's a train wreck happening in slow motion, but it's about to get speeded up in a hurry.
right.
Yeah. hmm
But with
And
that,
this,
bro, we gotta go into the next thing, to the next phase, man. So we'll
okay.
talk to
All
y'all
right.
next week.
Yeah, we'll talk next week, America. Other than that, keep it black. Dark.